Ramsgate Harbour at dawn, and all is quiet and still. But more than 2.5 hours later, it's a hive of activity. I was lucky enough to be on board MTB 102, based at Lowestoft. And when she left Ramsgate at the front of the flotilla, there were plenty of people there to wave her off. Today's flotilla and long crossing is a vivid reminder of the challenges that faced these little ships in May 1940.
A large amount of what was done 70 years ago was in the dark, and 102 especially was operating in the dark a lot because she was directing in the cross-channel ferries and the destroyers that were picking the troops up from Dunkirk. The classic navigation beacon, if you like, was that the skippers were told, follow the black smoke, that's Dunkirk and it's burning.
One of the many things that makes the MTB so special is that Rear Admiral William Wake Walker, who coordinated the Dunkirk operation, adopted her as his flagship vessel. And one of the guests on board is his grandson, Michael Wake Walker, from East Berkholt in Suffolk.
I'm sure it meant a lot, given that the ship he was on, flying his flag from, HMS Keith, was damaged by a Stuka bomber, and he was therefore picked up by this MTB, and as the story goes, his Rear Admiral's flag was created out of a dishcloth, and it's actually residing below on this very vessel.
70 years ago today, the MTB lined up alongside hundreds of other little ships to rescue around 330,000 Allied troops. It's a truly magnificent military feat which has fascinated historians for decades. Historians like presenter Dan Snow, who came on board the MTB midway across the channel.
Thank you. To be out here and see what it's like in the middle of the channel, surrounded by these little ships, it gives you a whole new take on it, and you have a massively increased respect and understanding of what went on 70 years ago.
There are more than 50 little ships making the crossing to Dunkirk today. Even though the vessel's speed varies, all are travelling between 6 and 8 knots, which means the crossing takes about 7 hours. It's 1:45 and we've been at sea for just over 5 hours now, and you can see Dunkirk clearly in the distance. Everybody here on the MTB and all the other little ships are hoping for a very warm welcome there. And when the flotilla came in, the crowd didn't disappoint. Dunkirk may look very different today than it did 70 years ago, but the Dunkirk spirit can be felt just the same. Lorna Ramsey, Anglia News, Dunkirk.